If you're looking to go to Thailand or Vietnam, then this video is for you, especially if you're in Nigerian, living in Nigeria and traveling with a Nigerian passport. I recently went to Thailand and it was the best, without a shadow of doubt, the best holiday in my life yet. And so I've gotten a number of requests from people asking what I did and what documents I needed to present to go to Thailand. I must mention before you continue with this video that you must really want to go to Thailand. For this video, I am focusing on tourism. I went because I wanted to see Coldplay. The experience blew my mind away. It was everything I hoped it would be and then more. Thailand people are so pleasant. We'll talk about that later, but let's get into the meat of today's conversation. What documents do you need? And I'm going to go through them. First, you have your passport biodata page and your bank account statement, which must have had a minimum of 40,000 baht or its equivalent for the past 6 months. At the time of my visit, which was in February 2024, you could exchange 32.34 US dollars to get 1 baht. So the equivalent of 40,000 as at the time of my trip would have come to about 1,237 US dollars. So I'm not going to do the conversion to Naira because Naira has been wild lately. There's the employment certificate. So what I did was I took my employment letter, a letter of introduction from my office, and I included my ID card to serve as my employment certificate. A confirmed flight reservation. Now there's always a fear of, how do I buy a flight ticket when I haven't yet gotten the visa? Just speak with your travel agent. They'll have a way to work around that. You can book the flight on hold in such a way that you would then officially pay for the flight after you've gotten your visa. You must show reservation for your hotel for the duration of your stay. So I booked my hotels here for the duration of my stay, and I chose the options that allowed me pay at the venue. So that in the event I don't get my visa, I can just cancel and I will not be charged any fees. And there's also a detailed travel itinerary. So where are you going to? Are you going to Bangkok? Are you going to Phuket? Are you going to Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Koh Tao? Me just sounding like I know all the places. So there'll be a detailed explanation of the activities that you want to do and sort of proof to show your travel itinerary. Then there is police report and NDLEA visa clearance. You see these two, keep them in one corner. I'll come back to them later. So all these documents that I've mentioned, you're going to collate them, send them via email to consular.abj@mfa.go.ta. This email you're sending to them with all the documents is for two reasons. One, so they can vet all your documents, and two, so they can give you an appointment date. You cannot just walk to the embassy. You must go based on appointment only, and you must be physically present to be able to apply for the visa. Visa processing time is 2 to 3 working days. The embassy is not in Lagos, it's in Abuja. To be on a safe side, give yourself 2 to 3 days to be able to walk through the visa process. You can submit your documents and then get your visa by proxy. So they can give you this letter, which is what I did. My visa came out, but I didn't stay to pick it up. As soon as I had made the payment, submitted my documents, then they gave me a letter and said I just needed to give it to whoever was going to pick it up for me, and my friend picked it up for me. I must also mention that the documents you uploaded online are the documents that you should submit the hard copy on the day of your interview. It is after they have approved your documents that you can then pay. Now let's talk about payment. At the time that I went, December of 2023, single entry tourist visa, I paid 24,000. As at today that I'm filming this in February, single tourist visa has come up to 50,000. I think that's no rocket science. Everything in Nigeria is increasing in price. There's also multiple entry visa, which is 100,000 naira, and transit visa, which is 40,000 naira. So a good way to begin will be to send an email to this email address indicating your interest to visit Thailand, and then they'll reply with all these requirements. Attached to it will also be the visa application form. Police clearance. To get the police clearance, you visit the police criminal investigation division, police CID, and they can process it for you. I can't totally give you much information on that. I know it ranges between 30 and 50,000. I'm not quite sure. But if you walk into any police station and tell them you need to get the police clearance, they will direct you. I did mine at the police CID in Ikoyi. You're meant to do a registration before going there. Now let's talk NDLEA visa clearance. This is the one that I think is apart from the fact that you have to travel to Abuja, the NDLEA visa may be a bit more tedious. For your NDLEA visa clearance, you visit the NDLEA office, and the essence is just to say that you are not a drug pusher. You are not into drugs. You don't do such. Do you do drugs? Visit the NDLEA office, and they will give you a checklist of documents to bring. I'm going to go through the documents, but I'm just going to read it out. And then they would also give you another form. It's like a sample of the letter that your guarantors will write. Speaking of guarantors, you need 2 guarantors who will not only fill forms, but would also write acknowledgement letters or is it acknowledge? No, they're going to write like a guarantor oath, taking an oath to say that they're your guarantors. They will follow you on the day of your interview to the NDLEA office. So, do you have two people in your life that will be willing on a work day to follow you to NDLEA office so that they can support your enjoyment ministry? Shout out to Iman Osauge. God will bless you too for me. I'm going to go through these documents and I wish you the best. I would advise you get a pen and a paper. Try to attach a picture of the photo to this video, but get a pen and a paper and pause this video at intervals to write down what you'll need. Evidence of business status and occupation. In this case, I think I took my ID card, employment letter. I took the same things I used for my visa. I took my certificate of employment. I think I'm going to skip some things that I don't think are as necessary because you're going on tourism. There's an invitation letter here, but I don't think that's quite necessary. Payment of 10,000 naira non-refundable should be made to any bank of your choice in favor of the Accountant General, Federal Sub-Treasury, CBN account number 3000002095, and evidence of payment should be brought to NDLEA for issuance of FGN Treasury receipt. And this is the Visa Clearance Payment Code 1000054000. If this last category confuses you like it confused me, just speak to them at the NDLEA Visa Clearance Office and they'll help connect you with someone who can facilitate this process. Photocopy of tax clearance certificate, certificate of local government and state of origin, a file jacket. Note, it must not be a plastic file jacket. 6 passport photographs without glasses. Colored copy of data page and the first 3 pages of traveling passport. Typewritten application addressed to the chairman/chief executive NDLEA, and the letter will be titled Application for Clearance. Don't worry, they'll give you a sample of that letter as well. In writing, state who is sponsoring the trip, how and the source of finance. Other than the applicant, sponsor must write letter of sponsorship with a passport photograph attached. Original copy of statement of account of sponsor, that's if you're not the one sponsoring yourself, signed, stamped, and dated by the bank. Production of 2 guarantors for interview. Now, I must mention that the people that are not allowed to be your guarantors are your family members. Your father is not allowed, mother is not allowed, brother, sister, wife, husband, guarantors are not allowed. Also, non-Nigerians are not allowed. Now, this is the part that I was just doing my head somehow, but I'm a single woman. Married women should bring letter of approval to travel from their husband, attached with passport photograph, as per I'm a minor or an infant. School certificate result, data page of international passport of the guarantors. So these are some of the documents that your guarantors need, or national ID card. Evidence of previous business transactions. I don't think this one applies. The guarantor must be any of the following: a civil servant, a professional, or a businessman or a woman. If your guarantor is a civil servant, he or she must be a senior civil servant from GL10 and above, or management staff of recognized corporation. He must bring a letter of introduction from his employer or from his ministry. He or she must write a letter of commitment to act as guarantor. He or she must produce photocopies of identity card and letter of employment or promotion. Now, if the person is a professional, I don't think this one was necessary. Producing certificates of qualification because you're not going for study. I was going for tourism, and I made my guarantors bring their certificate of qualification, and when I got there, I was told that it wasn't necessary because I was going for holiday and not for study. Before I forget, for NDLEA, you must also go with your bank statement. Please don't forget that. If you have any doubts, when you get there, they would explain all these requirements to you. But I just wanted to give you a heads up so you have an idea what to expect, and you start looking within your circle of friends to see who you can toast to be your guarantor. And all these documents that you are collating, whilst you're going to make the photocopies to submit, you should also come with the originals for citing, originals of your document, originals of your guarantor's documents, so that you can see them. One thing I forgot to do was to get passport photographs of my guarantors. Please make sure your guarantors come with passport photographs. They would insist that these photographs are photographs taken in the last 6 months. So let it not be that there's one radical difference, between how they look in both cases. So yes, these are the requirements, the major requirements. I think the complicated part is getting the NDLEA visa clearance. And for you to get it, go to the NDLEA office. They give you the checklist, run through it, get your guarantors ready, prepped, get all your materials together, and I wish you luck. Woo! In another video, I will do a costing breakdown of how much I spent in terms of hotel, flights, all those things, so that you know what to budget if you want to travel to Thailand. And now let's talk Vietnam.
Hello, Nigeria. Welcome to Vietnam.
Vietnam was pretty straightforward. Shout out to Travel Letters for encouraging me to include Vietnam in my holiday, because it was just a case of using one stone to kill two birds. I went to Ho Chi Minh City, which is like the Lagos of Vietnam. It's like the commercial capital. That's where it's bubbling and, vibing. I just needed to apply online with my Nigerian passport. All I needed to do was apply online, fill in the necessary details. You don't need your bank statement. You don't need any of all that plenty drama. Fill in the form, attach your passport, and voila, your visa is out in 3 working days. I think the only challenge I had was when I was uploading my passport biodata page. I had tried to upload it via PDF. It said it was too large, so I did a screenshot instead and uploaded. Apparently that didn't work. So they gave me like a partial rejection, saying that I should amend my biodata page and resubmit. So I amended it by converting it from PDF to JPEG, because they only wanted it in JPEG. So I did an online conversion from PDF to JPEG, re-uploaded it and sent it, and my visa was out in 3 working days. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And if you're in doubt, you can reach out to @travelletters_ on Instagram for clarification. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you think that this video was helpful, please like this video, share it to someone, share it on your stories, subscribe to my channel. My next video will be about a budget breakdown. And if that's something you think I should do, I don't know, I'm having second thoughts on whether or not to do it, but let me know in the comment section if you think I should do a budget breakdown to Thailand and Vietnam. Also, please don't miss out on the previous videos I put up, videos detailing my journey through Thailand and Vietnam. I say, without a shadow of doubt, that this holiday was my best holiday yet. With these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince and not confuse you to like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video to your family, friends, enemies, and loved ones. And if there are suggestions on videos you'd like me to make, please drop them in the comment section. Catch up with my previous videos until I see you again in my next video. Sending you love and light. Mwah. Whew. Make I go chop off and saliva. Eating so much glass pasta. Anyway, bye-bye.